In this video, we will discuss about trigonometric ratios of some specific angles. We are having 5 specific angles in our syllabus: 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. We already studied what will be the values of trigonometry ratios at these specific angles. We studied already. What we studied? What will be the values of these trigonometric ratios at these angles? Yes or no? We studied trigonometry ratios of 45 degree. We studied trigonometry ratios of 30 degree and 60 degree, and last one what? Trigonometry ratios of 0 degree and 90 degree. In this class, we want to know about this table only. Whatever values we obtain in these classes, what? Trigonometry ratios of 45 degree, trigonometry ratios of 0 degree and 90 degree, trigonometry ratios of 30 degree and 60 degree. In these 3 classes, we obtained what? Values of these trigonometry ratios. Now we want to summarize in this table. Whatever values we obtain, I want to write in this table. Clear? Why? Because questions will be based on this table. Once we know these value, then we can put directly value of that trigonometry ratio in the question, and we will solve and we will obtain what? Result. So we should know the values of these trigonometry ratio, and how they are coming we studied in detail. That's okay, but value is important. We should know the value of sine 90 is 1. We should know. If we observed in a detail, we studied, but we are not know the value of sine 90, and we are not, then we will not solve what? Given question. So we should know the values, then only we can solve. And how they are coming, we studied well. Clear? So observe, we want to complete this table, and it is very simple. We can easily we will complete these all values of trigonometry ratios. First observe, we are having 5 specific angles. Clear? We are having 5 specific angles, and we want these trigonometry ratios. We know well, we are having 6 trigonometry ratios: sine theta, cos theta, tangent theta, cot theta, sec theta and cosec theta. Clear? Already from the first class we are studying what? In this trigonometry topic, from the first class we are studying what? These ratio, these tangent theta is ratio of both. Sine theta upon cos theta is what? Tangent theta. And reciprocal of tangent theta is what? Cot theta. 1 upon tangent theta is cot theta. So we can say another formula is what? Sine theta upon cos theta is what? Tangent theta. Once we reciprocal of this one, reciprocal of tangent theta will be what? Cot theta. So cot theta equal to 1 upon tangent theta equal to cos theta upon sine theta. And sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta, and cosec theta equal to what? 1 upon sine theta. Clear? From the introduction of the trigonometry, we are studying these all formulas, and these all formulas are very important for finding the values of different trigonometry ratios at different angles, at specific angles, and we will do this one there. So observe carefully. So we are having 5 specific angles. We know well, we already studied these all things. Now we want to summarize in this table. First one, this is new things, degree and radian. Observe, easy concept. Degree, we know degree is a what? Unit of angle. Angle we studied once, two. Observe some definitions of angles. What is the definition of angle? In the right triangle, we are having, in the right triangle, this is the right triangle, one angle is 90 degree. In the right triangle, one angle is 90 degree. So angle is this one, and this is what? Another angle. This is also angle. Both are acute angles. And how we are obtaining this one? In the triangle we are having three sides. Okay. Once two sides, both sides are meeting there. I am writing its name A, B, C. BC and AB, both sides are meeting at B. This meeting point is what? Angle. What is the angle? Meeting point. When two ray, I am drawing in this way, this one and this one, both are what? This is what? O point. This is A. OA, OB. Both OA and OB are what? Two rays. Clear? In the starting of geometry, in the your 9th standard and 8th standard, you studied what? Lines. Three. Line, ray, and what? Line segment. Observe, line, ray, and line segment. Line segment is what? One is the line, ray, and line segment. Line segment having two endpoints. What is the line segment? Line segment is having two endpoints, but line having no endpoint. Line having no endpoint, but line segment is having two endpoints. Are you getting what I am saying? This is not linked to this one. I want to show angle. So observe carefully. Line segment is having two endpoints. Observe, line segment, this is the line segment, and it is having two endpoint. One, this is the endpoint. We cannot go towards the left, we cannot go towards the right. Endpoints we are having. But in the line we are not having any endpoint. We can go up to infinity. We can go up to infinity. So in the line we are not having endpoint, but in the line segment we are having endpoint. But in the ray we are having one endpoint. One endpoint we are having, and other one is what? We can go infinite. Clear? So only one endpoint is where? In the line. So not in a line, in a ray. In the ray we are having one endpoint. So once two rays endpoint. Once two rays endpoint intersecting. Endpoint is meeting. They cannot be intersect. Endpoint cannot be intersect. This one, OA and OB are two rays, and both rays endpoint are meeting, and they are making what? Angle. Two rays endpoint once meet, and they are making angle. Clear? So once two rays are there, then angle will be this one. In the triangle we are having three angles. Once we talk about what? Circle. In the circle we are having center point. Center to circumference distance is what? Radius. R1 and R2 are two radius. Observe, R1 and R2 are two radius. At the center, one radius and two radius. In between, what we are getting? Angle. At the center, two radius between part is called what? Angle. And what is the angle? Angle in a circle is what? Arc upon radius. What is the angle? It is the ratio of arc to radius. Arc upon radius. And what is the arc? Arc is the part of a circumference. Arc is what? Circumference part. This is the circumference, and this one is the part. This is the part of circumference. So arc is what? Part of circumference. And how we are getting this one? Once two radius are meeting at circumference, then length between once two radius, this R1 and R2 are meeting there. In between we are getting this length, and this length is what? Arc. So arc upon radius will be what? Angle. So I am explaining angle. So angle is what? Angle is what? Like this. Once we talk about the two rays end point making angle. OA and OB are two rays, and both rays end point will be there, and they are making angle. Once we talk about the sides of a triangle, two sides of a triangle meeting, that point is making what? That point is what? Meeting point will be making angle. And the circle angle will be at the center. Angle will be what? Arc upon radius. Once we having two radius of a circle, in between we are getting arc, length of a circumference. Arc is what? Length of a circumference. How we are getting? Once we take two radius, so many radius we are having in the circle, but out of these, once we take two radius and they are cutting, they are meeting circumference. So in between length of a circumference is called what? Arc. Arc upon radius is what? Angle. So I explained about the angle, but this detail is not required. We know angle well, but we want to show what will be the unit of angle. Angle having two units. One is the degree and one is the radian. Once we talk about the plane angle, this is the plane angle. This one is what? This is the plane angle. We are getting on a plane. So this one is the plane angle, theta. This is the plane angle. This all are the what? Plane angles. So how we are getting the plane angle? This one is also plane angle. Circle, it is in a plane, so it is a plane angle. So plane angle or angle having unit degree or radian. So 0 degree, 90 degree, 30 degree, 45, 60 degree. These all are what? Degrees. And degree is what? Unit of angle. We are getting this is a 90. 90 what? 90 degree. Clear? 90 degree. So these are units of angle. Angle will be measured in a degrees. Clear? And another way we can measure in a radian. Are you getting now? Another unit of angle is what? Radian. So once we are having degree, then how we will convert into the radian? We are having one formula. What is the formula? Radian equal to pi upon 180 into degree. Once we multiply, observe, once we multiply any degree, once we multiply any degree from pi upon 180, then we are getting radian value. Observe how we are getting radian. How we are getting 0, pi upon 6, pi upon 4, pi upon 3 and pi upon 2. So these all are what? Radian of angles. These are degrees and these are what? Radians. So we are now I am taking 90 degree. 90 degree will be what in the radian. So radian will be what? 90 degrees radian. Radian equal to what? Pi upon 180 into degree. Degree is what? 90 degree. I am taking 90 degree. Solve this one. 0 to 0 cancel. 9 1 ja 9, 9 2 ja 8. So we are getting pi upon 2. Clear? Now I am taking 60 degree. How we will 60 degree convert into radian? It's a radian equal to what? Pi upon 180 into 60. 0 to 0 cancel, one time it is going and it is going 3 times. So 6 3 is 18, pi upon 3 will be the unit of pi upon 3 is what? Radian of 60 degree. So 60 and pi upon 3 both are same. One is in the degree and one is in the radian. Clear? Now next one, 45 degree. How we are getting in the radian? In the radian value will be what? Radian we can say pi upon 180 into 45. Once we solve, one time it is going 4 times. 45 2 are 90 and 45 4 are will be what? 180. So we are getting pi upon 4. Pi upon 4 is this one. Now for the 30 degree, what will be the radian value? Radian equal to what? We are having one formula, pi upon 180 into 30 degree. So once we solve, we are getting 6 times it is going pi upon 6. Pi upon 6 will be the radian value of 30 degree. Now for the 0 degree, what will be the value of 0 degree? 0 degree in a radian equal to what? Pi upon 180 into 0. Once we multiply any number by 0, once we multiply any number from 0, result will be what? 0. So 0 degree in a radian will be what? 0. Clear? So this is the way of finding of radian of any degree. In the questions how they are asking, we will discuss later. But I am writing there what? Radian. So what I am explaining? I explained angles, how we are getting angles, and what is the degree and radian, and how we will convert once we are having degree, then how we will find the radian. And we can also convert radian to degree. We can convert, no problem. If we are having radian value, if angle is given in the radian and we want what? Degree value, then how we will convert? Question is that we are having pi by 2. Listen carefully. Pi by 2 we are having, pi by 2 radian we are having, angle we are having pi by 2. We want to its degree value. So we will put radian value in the given formula. What is the pi by 2? We will put there pi by 2 equal to pi upon 180 into degree. Degree we want now. So radian is given, then put this value in the formula and solve. Once we solve, pi to pi will be cancelled. Then 180 upon 2. This will be multiplied by this one. So 180 upon 2 equal to what? Degree. So what degree? 1 time 90. So 90 degree we are getting. So what will be the degree? Degree we can write degree of pi by 2 will be 90. So pi by 2 in a radian, pi by 2 radian will be what? 90 degree. So once we know this formula, radian equal to pi upon 180 into degree, then once degree we are having, put there, solve, we are getting radian value. Radian value we are having, put radian there, solve this one, we can find degree. So this is the process of finding degree to radian, radian to degree. We can measure. Clear? Now this is not our task. Our task is different. This is the basic idea. In your standard, all questions are in a degree form. Sometime question may be asked, but chance will be small. Why? Because maximum questions are in the form of degrees. Only few questions are in the radian form. So few questions we should know. We want to solve these questions also, because we want 100 out of 100. Yes or no? So from this task I am explaining these all points. Clear? So how we will convert degree into radian? We are having one formula, radian equal to pi upon 180 into degree. Put the value of degree, we can find the radian value. Clear? Now we want to complete this table. Main task to memorize this value. So already we know the values of all specific angles, but we want to memorize. How we will memorize this table? Once we know the value of sin theta for different specific angles, then we can complete this table. Observe how. And sin theta values also we can memorize from a small trick. What is the trick? We are having 0 and 1. 0 and 1 both are real numbers. 0 and 1 are what? Real numbers. In between, on the number line we studied, in the real number we know, in between two real numbers we are having so many numbers. In between two real numbers we are having so many numbers. So 0 to 1, 0 to 1 we are having so many numbers, but don't require to take so many numbers. We will take 4 parts. 0 to 1 I am doing what? 4 parts. So 0 to 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. One part is 0 to 1/4. When we add 1/4 there, then we are getting 1 by 2. Once we are again adding what? 1. Observe, this one is difference is what? 1/4. Again difference is 1/4. Difference is 1/4. Difference is 1/4. Yes or no? Equal parts. We are having two real numbers, 0 and 1, and taking equal parts, 0 to 1 by 4, then 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. These all are equal parts. Difference between both and in between both. Difference is the same. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 difference we are having. So first, what is the task? We want the value of sin theta at these specific values. We are having 5 specific values. We know how values are coming. In detail we studied, but in this class we want to complete this table without any detail. We are not having how they are coming. Concept we studied, completed, but we want to memorize this table. Our task to memorize this table. So once we know these all values, we can find these all values. Clear? So how we will find this line? Sin theta values at these specific angles. So I am taking two real numbers, 0 and 1. In between I am taking 4 parts. Difference is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4 and 1/4. Clear? First take 0 and 1. Second step is what? Take 4 parts. Take 4 parts in between. Equal 4 parts we are taking. Now next step is what? Do the square root. What is the next step? Do the square root. Do the square root of these numbers. Do the square root of these numbers. Observe, third step I am doing. First take 0 to 1, then divide into equal parts. 4 equal parts we are taking. 0 to 1 by 4, 1 by 4 to 1 by 2, 1 by 2 to 3 by 4, 3 by 2 to 1. We are getting 1/4 difference. Then next step, what we are doing? Doing square root of these numbers and solve the square root. Square root of 0 is 0. Now we know in the laws of the exponent, a upon b square. Square root of a upon b can be written as square root of a divided of square root of b. Once we are having square root of a upon b, from the laws of the exponent we can say this can be written as like this. This square root is splitting in numerator and denominator. So we will do the like this. This can be written as like this. Yes or no? Yes, we can do. This can be written as like this. This can be written as like this. And this is square root of 1 is the 1. Now solve. 0, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root 1 is 1, square root of 2, take as it is, no problem. Square root of 2 is 1.414 something, but not required in the table, we will put directly. So 1 upon square root of this one, square root of 3 we can find the values but not required to find the value, right, directly. Square root of 4 will be what? 2 and 1. And these are what? Values of sine theta. If theta equal to 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. These all are the values of sine theta. I am writing. Sine theta 0, this value. 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root, square root of 2, square root of 3 by 2 and finally 1. Memorize this line only. What? To memorize this table, you should memorize sine theta value only. So sine theta is what? 0, 1 by 2, 1 upon square root of 2, square root of 3 by 2 and 1. And how the all values are coming? This is a small trick. Exact idea is not this one. Exact detail I explained in the last three classes. We studied how these values are coming. We studied trigonometry ratios of 45 degree. We studied trigonometry ratios of 0 degree and 90 degree. We studied what? Trigonometry ratios of 30 degree and 60 degree. You can learn from. But this is only one trick to find these values. What is the trick? Take two real numbers 0 and 1. Take two real numbers 0 and 1. 0 and 1. Take these one. 0 and 1. And in between take 4 parts. 4 equal parts. We are taking 4 equal parts. 0, 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. 1/4, half, 3/4 and 1. And take the square root of all these numbers and solve, then we are getting these values. 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, square root of 2, square root of 3 by 2 and 1. This is the sine 0 value. This is what? This is what? Sine 0 value. This is what? Sine 30 value. This is what? Sine 45 degree value. And this is what? Sine 60 value. And this is what? Sine 90 value. 90 degree value. Clear? So you memorize these things only. Sine 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90 degree. What we are having? 0, 1 by 2, 1 by square root of 2, square root of 3 by 2 and 1. Now remaining values how we will write? Now no necessary to memorize. Once we know these formula, we can write all the values. Clear? Observe. Sine theta, observe carefully. In the sine theta, theta is increased from 0. Theta is increasing 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90. In the sine theta, theta is increasing. In the sine theta, theta is increased. Value of sine theta is increasing. In the sine theta, you should know this concept. Once we increase theta 0, 30, 45, 60 and 90, theta is increasing. Value of sine theta is also increasing. Clearly? But for the cos theta, in the sine theta, we are having these values. They are increasing from 0 to 1. But cos theta, once we increase the angle, in the cos theta, once we increase the angle, value of cos theta will be decreased. And decreased from 1. Decreased, so from it is increasing from 0 to 1. But in the cos theta, decreasing from 1 to 0. So 0 to 1 it is going, but cos theta value is decreasing from theta increase, value is going to be decreased. 1 to 0 to 1, we will take 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. 90 value will be this one, 60 value will be this one, root 3y by 2. This value will be there, this value will be there, and this value will be there, and this value will be there. Sin theta varies from sin theta varying from 0 to 1, sin theta value increasing from 0 to 1, but cos theta value decreasing 1 to 0. Once we talk about these angles only. Once the angle is increased, we can find other angles also. Clear? 180 degree, 270 degree, 360 degree. But in our syllabus we are having 0 to 90, so we are discussing only these things. For the sin theta, theta increases, value decreases from 0 to 1. Cos theta will be reverse. We are doing what? 0 to 1, we reverse this one, then we are getting 1. This one will be there, this one will be there, this one will be there, this will be there. 0 to 1, these all value will be reverse. Then we are getting this one. Cos theta will be completed. Clear? Now next one, tangent theta. And tangent theta is what? Ratio of sin theta upon cos theta. Sin theta values will be divided by cos theta. Then we are getting tangent theta values. How? Observe. Tangent this value 0 upon 1. 0 upon 1 will be what? If numerator is 0, denominator is other than 0, answer will be 0. Divide this one. 1 upon 2 divided of what? Square root of 3 by 2. This divided of this one, we are doing 1 by 2 divided of this one. So we can say 1 by 2, when divide, then we will use multiply and we will reciprocal of this one. So this can be written as like this. So we are getting what? 1 upon this value. So there will be what? 1 upon square root of 3. Yes or no? You can do like this or you can do like this. 1 by 2 is divided of square root of 3 by 2. Then how we will solve this one? This denominator part will be reverse. 1 by 2 into this will be what? 2 upon square root of 3. Solve this one, we are getting this one. Clear? Now this one, how we will solve? 1 upon square root of 2 divided of this one, it means square root by 2 and 1 by, observe this one, 1 by square root of 2 divided of 1 by square root of 2 will be what? 1 by square root of 2 into this will be reciprocal, square root of 2 by 1, this one to this one cancel, we are getting 1. So its value will be 1. Now divide, solve this one, 2 to 2 will be cancelled from this one, only we are getting square root of 3 and its value will be what? 1 upon 0. 1 upon 0. Denominator is 0. Numerator will be any value. Result will be not defined. And infinity we are getting. What we are getting? Infinity we are getting. So once we know the values of sin theta, then we can complete this table. Easy. We can find the all values of 0 to 90 without any problem. So you should know these values only. What are these values? 0, 1 by 2, 1 by square root of 2, square root 3 by 2, 1. 0 to 1 will be sin theta value, cos theta value will be what? 1 to 0. So we will reverse this one. This will be there, this will be there, this will be there, this will be there and this will be there. Clear? Tangent theta, how we are getting? We will divide. Tangent theta is a sin theta to cos theta. We are dividing this to this one, this to this one, this to this one and so on. Clear? Now cot theta. What about the cos theta? It's not cos theta. Cos theta we observed already. Cot theta. So cot theta is the reciprocal of tangent theta. What is the cot theta? Cot theta equal to 1 upon tangent theta and tangent theta is what? Sin theta upon cos theta. So this can be what? Once we solve, we are getting cos theta upon sin theta. Clear? Yes or no? How we are getting this one? You can observe this one, not hard. So cot theta will be reciprocal of tangent theta. Tangent theta is what? Sin theta upon cos theta. Its reciprocal will be what? Cos theta upon sin theta. Now how we will obtain these values? Or another way, we directly tangent theta we are having. So we can say 1 upon 0. 1 upon tangent theta. This one. 1 upon tangent 0 is 0. So what will be the answer? Infinity. Or another trick is also there. Tangent theta vary from 0 to infinity. For 0 to 90 degree, once theta increases, value is increasing. 0 to infinity. But for the cot theta, values are decreasing from infinity to 0 we are getting. So this value will be there, this this value will be there, this will be as it is, this will be there. Like this one we are doing 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 0 to infinity, infinity to 0. And how they are getting this one? By using the formula 1 upon tangent theta, we are having these all values. Like this one, how we are getting this one? 1 upon root, 1 upon square root of 3. Once we solve, what we are getting? Square root of 3. Like this. Clear? So we obtain. Or we can find cos theta upon sin theta. Cos theta divided of this one, we are getting these values. So tangent theta varies from 0 to infinity, but cot theta varies from infinity to 0. Now only two trigonometry ratios are remaining. What are? Sec theta and cosec theta. How we will obtain this value? Easy. Sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. What is the sec theta? Sec theta is the reciprocal of cos theta. Observe. Sec theta equal to 1 upon cos theta. First value. First value for the 0 degree, 1 upon cos 0. Cos 0 is what? 1. So 1 upon 1 will be 1. 1 will be there. Now cos theta. For 30 degree, 1 upon square root of 3 by 2. This will be 2 upon square root of 3. What will be getting? For theta equal to 0, theta equal to 30, for theta equal to 45 degree, like this. Clear? For theta equal to 45 degree, 1 by square root of 2, result will be square root by 2, square root 2. So this one will be what? Once we solve this one, 2 upon square root of 3. This one will be what? Square root of 2. This one will be what? 2. 1 upon 1 by 2 will be 2. And this value will be what? For 90 degree, 1 upon 0. 1 upon 0. Denominator is 0. It means what? Infinity. So sec theta varies from 1 to infinity. For 0 to 90, when we theta increases, values is also increased. Now cosec theta, 1 upon sin theta. We are having sin theta values. Put at the place of sin theta and solve. What we are getting? Like this. What about the cosec theta is the reciprocal of sin theta, 1 upon sin theta. For the 0 degree will be what? 1 upon 0 will be what? Infinity. So infinity will be there. Or we can reverse these values. Infinity will be there, 2 will be there, square root will be there, 2 upon square root of 3 will be there, and 1 will be there. Clear? Or we find by using formula. Observe this one. Cosec 60. Cosec 60 will be what? 1 upon sin 60. What is the value of sin 60? Sin 60 is what? Square root of 3 by 2. Square root of 3 by 2. Solve this one. We are getting 2 upon square root of 3. Yes or no? 2 upon square root of 3. So this is the way of finding these all values. So for memorizing this table, we should know only these values. Once we know these values, sin theta equal to 0 for 0 degree, theta equal to 0 degree, this one, 30 degree, this one, 45 degree, sin 45 will be what? 1 upon square root of 2. For sin 60 degree, we are getting square root of 3 by 2. Or sin 90 degree, we are getting 1. Clear? You should memorize these things, then reverse these values, we are getting cos theta. These values divided by this one, we are getting what? Tangent theta. And reverse these values, we are getting cot theta. Then sec theta should be memorized, 1 upon cos theta. 1 divided of these values, we are getting this one. 1 upon 1, this one. 1 upon square root of 3 by 2, 2 upon square root of 3. 1 upon 1 upon square root of 2, then we solve, we are getting this one. 1 upon 1 by 2, we are getting 2. 1 upon 0 will be infinity. And reverse these values we are getting cosec theta. So this is the process of finding all values of specific angles. We are having 5 specific angles. We can obtain all trigonometry ratios values by memorizing these values only. Sin theta. I hope you understand these all things. That's all about this class. Thank you so much.